Have you ever held a simple string of beads and wondered if there's more to it than meets the eye? Welcome to our channel, where we uncover deeper layers of the spiritual journey. Today we're diving into a prayer many know, the Holy Rosary, and unlocking the secrets behind it, the promises that the Virgin Mary made to those who pray it devoutly. Whether you're curious, skeptical, or deeply devoted, stick around, because what we're about to share has changed lives. To many, the Rosary is simply a repetitive prayer, Hail Mary, Our Father, decade after decade. But in the writings of Saint Louis Marie Grignion de Montfort and other Marian devotion writers, the Rosary is described as a wreath of roses offered to Jesus through Mary. Moreover, there is a tradition that the Virgin Mary herself promised special graces to those who pray the Rosary faithfully. So here's the thing, if there are promises attached, then the Rosary isn't just a routine. It becomes a gateway, a key, a spiritual armor. According to the tradition preserved by the Dominican order, the Virgin Mary made 15 specific promises to those who pray the Rosary. Here are some of the most striking. Firstly, those who faithfully serve me by the recitation of the Rosary shall receive signal graces. Secondly, I promise my special protection and the greatest graces to all those who shall recite the Rosary. Also, the Rosary shall be a powerful armor against hell. It will destroy vice, decrease sin, and defeat heresies. Another promise is that it will cause virtue and good works to flourish, withdraw hearts from the love of the world and lift them to the desire of eternal things. Next is that those who trust themselves to me through the Rosary shall not perish. And on the flip, by the recitation of the Rosary you shall obtain all that you ask of me. And the list goes on, promising protection at the hour of death, deliverance from purgatory, the light of God at life's end, and even a high degree of glory in heaven. Now, this sounds dramatic. And yes, it is. But why such dramatic promises? Because Mary is not offering something small, she's offering help, protection, transformation. So what happens when we take these promises seriously? A few shifts. From routine to relationship. Rather than just reciting beads, we begin to see the Rosary as a dialogue. Mother, I trust you. Lead me to your Son. From fear to hope. The promise of protection and graces gives us courage to face sin, suffering, the unknown. From worldly focus to eternal focus. One promise says the Rosary will lift hearts away from the vanities of the world and toward eternal things. From death being a blind end to death being a doorway. The promise of not dying without sacraments and having the light of God at the moment of death can radically change how one views life and death. Here's a story. In his book, St. Louis Delaware Montfort recounts how two little sisters were praying the Rosary when a beautiful lady appeared to one and led her to hold the Christ child. The message? The Rosary opens doors to heaven, even now. So if you pray the Rosary with faith, not out of obligation, but out of love, you step into those promises. Okay, so how do you enter this promise-filled practice? Here are 3 practical steps. Firstly, set a daily rhythm. Even 5 decades a day is powerful. The regularity matters. One site says, it only takes 15 minutes to pray. Secondly, pray with intention. Don't let the beads roll mechanically. Consider each mystery, each decade, each Hail Mary as a rose you're offering. Thirdly, link prayer to life. The promises aren't abstract. They speak to protection, hope, grace, virtue. So when you pray, bring your real challenges, fear, weakness, relationships, future. Then let the Rosary become your armor. And a bonus step, share the Rosary. One of the promises is that those who propagate the Rosary will be aided by Mary in their necessities. Don't worry if you miss a day, or if your mind wanders. What matters is the heart, the turning back, the trust. In a world of noise, speed, and distraction, the Rosary is simple, almost countercultural. But perhaps that's its strength. Because when we rewind, recenter, return, that's when the promises begin to unfold. Imagine, you're under pressure, you're anxious, you feel alone. The promise says, you have special protection. Imagine life ending unexpectedly. The promise says, you will not perish. Imagine sin clinging to you. The promise says, this will be destroyed by the Rosary. Now, of course, we must be honest, these promises are not automatic magic. The tradition recognizes that you must pray devoutly, meditating on its sacred mysteries. Faith, intention, devotion matter. But the invitation is there, open. So here's your takeaway. The Rosary isn't just an old-fashioned prayer string. It's a key, a pathway, a promise-filled encounter with Mary and her Son. The secrets? They're not hidden anymore, they're waiting to be lived. Will you take it? Will you turn the beads with new eyes, new heart, new hope? If this video spoke to you, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share with someone you know who might need the Rosary's promise today. Thanks for watching, and until next time, may you walk in grace, hope, and peace.